Today we'll be reacting to the hell of working retail. Before we continue, apologies for not posting yesterday. Unfortunately, I needed a day break. Honestly, bro, for some reason yesterday I felt like shit. Like, not in a sick way, I just did not feel motivated to do anything. I was just going to sit here going, I didn't want to do that. But luckily I got a good refreshing break. So, we're back on it. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
You're probably wondering what to expect. Right now, there's a good chance that if you're watching this video right now, there's a good chance that you just got your first retail job. And you're probably wondering what...
I didn't. I just saw it pop up on my feed. And I sit here talking about it. I never worked in retail. But I always wondered what it's like. I do got an idea. Some of it's like, oh, I know it's a little less stressful than fast food joints and shit. But the people you deal with are so much worse. So, there's that.
What to expect. You're probably nervous. Your first day of work is pretty soon, and you're about to go into a whole new environment, make new friends, and have a great time. Is what I want to say. Why did you apply? Turn back while you still can. Turn back now! As somebody who's been working in retail for about 2 years now, I thought I would give my own personal experiences on the horrors of working in retail. Right off the bat, you're faced with a really big problem: getting hired in the first place. For some reason, trying to successfully land a retail job is one of the hardest things you could do in the whole world. Honestly, you might as well apply for the CIA. You have about the same chances of getting in. The only reason I was able to get my current job now is because I already knew someone that was working there, and he was able to put in a good word for me, so I didn't really have to do too much. But if I didn't have him, I would have been so cooked. I've heard of people waiting weeks or even months just for the response to be no, but then they'll complain about how they need people but won't hire anyone. But after days of waiting, you finally get the call and you have been drafted to Walmart. I know, what a beautiful moment. This is going to shape your life forever. What a beautiful moment this is. You haven't actually been hired yet. We're actually calling you for an interview. We saw your application. We thought you'd be a great fit. Oh yeah, you just submitted your application. We have to go through the interview process, which is way harder than it should be. You get to the store and you're already walking around
Actually, that's a lie. I did have an interview. That shit was nothing crazy, man. Because low-key, my job interview, the place I'm working at was just opening up at a time, so they was low-key just hiring anyone. I guess they just want to see if you fit the basic needs. I guess I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, like they just asked me simple questions, bro. Nothing too crazy. Nothing I gotta think about.
Because it's probably your first time there, if it isn't the only grocery store in your whole town. You find the place, walk in for your interview, and you're already going into this with the expectation that you're gonna have to BS your whole way through this. They're gonna ask you the most basic questions, and you're gonna have to find a basic response to fit each question. Even if the question is something stupid like, why do you want to work here? Well, I need money, duh. Well, actually, I think my future is very bright here. I can see myself going far into the company, and even potentially setting up my future with this establishment, of course. Even though you're about 90% sure that you know that the other person knows that you're lying, you still have to say what's best for the moment. Because there's no way I bought khaki pants just to not get a job. Other questions they might ask you are you able to work fast and able to adapt fast? And even if you aren't, you better just say yes. Because if you don't, they're about to give you the death stare of doom. They're gonna look you so deep in your eyes that you're gonna feel every ounce of hate that she has mustered up from working at this Walmart for 15 years. One way of knowing if you got the job or not is by who's there at your interview. Like, for example, if you walk into your interview and sit down and see the store manager there, just know you got the job. There's a good chance that they're talking about you and that person came to see you in person. But if you walk into just you and the interviewer and then they hit you with the we'll keep in touch at the end of the interview, there's a good chance you didn't get the job. And if that's you, those next couple of days of waiting and praying and hoping that you get the phone call back are going to be so stressful. You're going to be checking your phone every single second of the day, praying and hoping that you get the notification. And when you look at your phone, turns out it's just DoorDash. But after a couple of days of waiting, you finally get the call. You are now an official Walmart employee, and even better, you are no longer unemployed. Well, kind of. You're kind of not unemployed. Kind of. Because even though they gave you the official Walmart certification and they gave you your vest and your hat, you still have no hours. I'm unsure who's in charge of making the schedule for new employees, but that person does not give a fuck about your life.
Is it that as bad? Oh, lordy.
Because how is it possible that I'm working 40 plus hours one week and then off for 2 months? How does that make any sense? It's a whole lot worse when you randomly get shifts added to your schedule. You could have a whole week planned out, fun activities you and your friends are gonna do, and then you randomly look at your phone and see you have 5 shifts added to your schedule. Did you even think to ask me? Now my whole week is filled with doom and despair. And what's even worse, if they do somehow give you hours, all you get...
So the scheduling is worse. Okay, that's...
is those short 3-hour shifts. What am I gonna do with $50, bro? Like, you're really showing up to work just to say hi and bye and leave. But the worst part comes when you finally start working and you realize the mess you just got yourself into. You see, when you first get hired, you go through something called the 7-day free trial period, where for the first 7 days of your job, everybody loves you, they're great, they're the nicest people on planet Earth. But after those 7 days are up, they hate you. And you realize the type of store that you're in. One of the biggest ways you know you're screwed is by how your managers and bosses act. Because when it comes to retail, you either get one or two bosses. One, super chill, super friendly, and loves their job. Two, they hate you and everybody around them too. Damn. I wish I could figure out the science of why retail managers always think they're better than you. Like, never in my life have I seen a more average person try to act like a celebrity ever. They will boss you around and talk to you however they want with no care in the world, while also not even doing half of the work I do but getting paid 3 times more. I remember working my first week at Walmart and asking one of my bosses for help just for her to stick her finger in her mouth and then swipe on my phone with the same finger she had in her mouth. She literally left a stain on my screen. That's how little they care. If you're lucky, you have some first week
I was zoning out. What?
Doing half of the work I do but getting paid 3 times more. I remember working my first week at Walmart and asking one of my bosses for help just for her to stick her finger in her mouth and then swipe on my phone with the same finger she had in her mouth. She literally left a stain on my screen. That's how little they care. If you're lucky, you have some...
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, hell no,
Brother, this guy stinks!
Get your ass on, boy.
You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
What the fuck?
Very patient managers who understand what you're going through and are there to help you and are there to make you more comfortable at work. But if you aren't lucky, you have the worst, I mean the worst managers to ever step foot on this planet. Like, these people graduated school and went to college just to learn how to be an annoying person. And something you will realize pretty quickly when you're just starting retail is the amount of unrealistic expectations that are set on you. Every day, you'll walk into work and probably have about like 5 tasks assigned to you. And throughout the day, you'll get more and more, which then makes it completely impossible to complete your whole list because you're only there for 8 hours. Not even accounting for all the customer interactions, searching for things, different side quests and stuff. There's no way for you to possibly get it done in 8 hours. And I want to say, no matter how many times they try to make it feel like it's your fault, it is not your fault, bro. As someone who's been working in retail for about 2 years now, I can confidently say there has never been a day where something that was planned before has went 100% perfectly. There's just so much going on every day at retail that's kind of hard to stay on task, especially when you have customers that clearly see you in a Walmart vest and a Walmart hat and stop you just to ask you if you work there. Like, nah, I just wanted to LARP as a Walmart worker for 8 hours a day. What do you think? And that's just one of the many phrases you'll hear from customers every single day. But the main phrase you should be getting
I heard the customers are the worst ones. Oh, man. We haven't even gotten to the customers yet, and it sounds like this place sucks.
Hearing every single day is, do you guys have this in the back? Get used to hearing that pretty much every single day. Because no matter how many times you try to explain that you don't have that item in the back, they're still gonna want you to go back there and magically pull it out. And then when you go back there and just dance for a little bit because you know you're not finding it, well, one Walmart employee did it for me, why can't you? I can't magically make this item appear. And then you already know what the next line is. Can I speak to your manager? Before working retail, I didn't think people actually spammed that. I thought it was just a meme. No, I was so wrong. And unfortunate for me, I had a manager that would always side with the customer no matter what. So even if the customer asked an unrealistic thing, it would still be my fault. I think one of the best ways to describe retail work is like playing a game of Among Us for 8 hours, but you're consistently being accused of the imposter. But the imposter in this case is just a lazy worker. You literally have to backtrack everything you did and tell them every single step you took while being in the store. And on some occasions, even have to have second backing from somebody else. And it's so weird because you could be doing a task that you were asked to do and a manager will walk right past you and see you doing the task, but then later accuse you of not doing it. Right past you and see you.
If the manager ever did this to me, I'm quitting and then we're fine. Okay, maybe not fine, but I'm leaving on the spot. I ain't
doing the task, but then later accuse you of not doing it. But the coworker that's not actually doing anything gets off scot-free and they love him. If you're someone who's actually trying to work hard and do a good job, be prepared to be punished, because I promise you, your coworker that's not doing anything will get more praise than you'll ever get. You'll look over and you'll be busting your ass just for that guy to be on his phone not doing anything, just scrolling TikTok and showing up for a free paycheck. I wish I was joking. Another thing about retail is that it's basically a high school part 2. After working there for a while, you'll start hearing rumors about yourself that you didn't even know was true. People are so bored at that job that they'll start making rumors for no reason. I had a coworker at my last job start a rumor that all the managers were having a freak off in the manager's office. Yeah, I don't even know, bro.
What? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm never working in retail. Oh, hell no. What the fuck, bro? That shit sound worse, bro. Oh. If you work in retail, let me know in the comments below. Is it actually that bad? Or did this guy just get super unlucky? But without further ado, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Enough to say, so I'll see y'all later. Peace.